Welcome, everybody. This is Alan with Daily Armour of God. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. This is reading the Old Testament chronologically in 111 days. We're on day 22, and today we'll be continuing Numbers, reading chapters 9 through 14. So, Numbers, a book of numbers. Lots of interesting stuff and lots of repeating, but it's also important, the things we can learn. So, Numbers chapter 9, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season. In the 14th day of this month, at even, ye shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof shall ye keep it. And Moses spake unto the children of Israel that they should keep the Passover, and they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day, and they came before Moses and before Aaron on that day. And those men said unto him, We are defiled by the dead body of a man, wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering of the Lord in his appointed season among the children of Israel? And Moses said unto them, Stand still, and I will hear what the Lord will command concerning you. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord. The 14th day of the second month at even they shall keep it, and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. And they shall leave none of it until the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it. But the man that is clean and is not in journey, and forbeareth to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from among his people, because he brought not the offering of the Lord in his appointed season. That man shall bear his sin. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto the Lord, according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. He shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony. And at even there was upon the tabernacle, as it were, the appearance of fire until the morning. So it was always, the cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night. And when the cloud was taken up from the tabernacle, then after that the children of Israel journeyed. And in the place where the cloud abode, there the children of Israel pitched their tents. At the commandment of the Lord the children of Israel journeyed, at the commandment of the Lord they pitched. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they rested in their tents. And when the cloud tarried long upon the tabernacle many days, the children of Israel kept the charge of the Lord, and journeyed not. So it was when the cloud was a few days upon the tabernacle, according to the commandment of the Lord, they abode in their tents, according to the commandment of the Lord they journeyed. And so it was when the cloud abode from even until morning, that the cloud was taken up in the morning, and they journeyed, whether it was by day or by night the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Or whether it were 2 days or a month or a year that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Israel abode in their tents and journeyed not, but when it was taken up they journeyed. At the commandment of the Lord they rested in their tents. At the commandment of the Lord they journeyed, and they kept the charge of the Lord at the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. In Numbers chapter 10. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Make 3 trumpets of silver. Make thee 2 trumpets of silver. Of a whole piece shalt thou make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of the assembly and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And if they blow but with 1 trumpet, then the princes, which are the heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee. When you blow an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east part shall go forward. When you blow on an alarm the second time, then the camps that lie on the south side shall take their journey, and they shall blow an alarm for their journeys. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm. And the sons of Aaron the priest shall blow with trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever throughout your generations. And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God, and ye shall be saved from your enemies. Also in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginning of your months, ye shall blow with trumpets over your burnt offerings, and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your God. I am the Lord your God. And it came to pass on the 20th day of the second month in the second year that the cloud was taken up from off the tabernacle of the testimony. And the children of Israel took their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai, and the cloud rested in the wilderness of Paran. And they first took their journey according to the commandment of the Lord by the hand of Moses. In the first place went the standard of the camp of the children of Judah according to their armies, and over his host was Nashon the son of Amminadab. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Issachar was Nathaniel the son of Zor. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Zebulun was Eliab the son of Helon. And the tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon, the sons of Merari, set forward, bearing the tabernacle. And the standard of the camp of Reuben set forward according to their armies, and over his host was Eleazar the son of Shedeur. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Simeon was Shelumiel the son of Zurishaddai. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Gad was Eliasaph the son of Duel. And the Kohathites set forward, bearing the sanctuary, and the other did set up the tabernacle against they came. And that standard of the camp of the children of Ephraim set forward according to their armies, and over his host was Elishama the son of Ammihud. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Manasseh was Gamaliel the son of Pedahurz. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Benjamin was Abidan the son of Gedoni. And the standard of the camp of the children of Dan set forward, which was the reward of all the camps throughout their host. And over his host was Azer the son of Ammishaddai. And over the host of the tribe of children of Asher was Pagiel the son of Akron. And over the host of the tribe of the children of Naphtali was Ira the son of Enan. Thus were the journeyings of the children of Israel according to their armies when they set forward. And Moses said to Hobab the son of Raguel the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, we are journeying unto the place of which the Lord said, I will give it you, come thou with us, and we will do thee good, for the Lord hath spoken concerning Israel. And he said unto him, I will not go, but I will depart to my own land and to my kindred. And he said, Leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of eyes. And it shall be, if thou go with us, yea, it shall be that what goodness the Lord shall do unto us, the same will reward thee. Will we do unto thee. And they departed from the mount of the Lord 3 days' journey, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord went before them in 3 days' journey to search out a resting place for them. And the cloud of the Lord was upon them by day when they went out of the camp. And it came to pass, when the ark was set forward, that Moses said, Rise up, Lord, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. And when it rested, he said, Return, O Lord, unto the many thousands of Israel. Numbers 11. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. Yeah, so they perished from God for, basically what they said with their mouth. And the people cried to Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched, and he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell lusting, and the children of Israel, who also wept again, and said, Who shall give us the flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, and cucumbers and melons and leeks and onions and garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes. And the manna was as a coriander seed, and the color thereof was the color of bdellium. And the people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it into a mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it, and the taste of it was as a taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, even every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses was displeased. And Moses said unto the Lord, Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me? Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them, that they should say unto me, carry them in thy bosom as a nursing father who beareth the second child into the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, Give us flesh, that we may eat. I am not giving any flesh. Right? Yeah, not even if I say, what will people do to me? Who cares? We should fear God, no, not man. Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, Give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee, out of thy hand, if I have found favor in thy sight and wickedness. In thy sight, let not me see my wretchedness. Yeah. I think we can all agree on that. Like, I don't want to see my wretchedness. It's going to be embarrassing. Numbers 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, Gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto me, tabernacle congregation, that they stand there with thee. And I will come down and talk with thee there, and I will take the spirit of which is upon thee, put it upon them. And they shall bear the burden with the people with thee, that thou bear it not thyself alone. And say thou unto thy people, Sanctify yourselves against tomorrow, and ye shall eat flesh, for ye have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, Who shall give us food? Who shall give us flesh to eat? For it was well with us in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you flesh, and ye shall eat. Ye shall not eat 1 day, nor Tuesday, nor 5 days, neither 10 days, nor 20 days, but even a whole month, until it come out your nostrils, and it be loathsome so to you. Because that ye have despised the Lord which is among you, and have wept before him, saying, Why came we forth out of Egypt? And Moses said, The people among whom I am are 600,000 footmen. And they have said, I will give them flesh that they may eat a whole month. Shall the flocks and the best of the herds be slain for them, to suffice them? Or shall all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them, to suffice them? And the Lord said to Moses, It is the Lord's hand waxed short. Thou shalt see now whether my word shall come to pass or not. And Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them round about the tabernacle. And the Lord came down in a cloud, and spake unto him, and took the spirit that was upon him, and gave it unto the 70 elders. And it came to pass that when the spirit rested upon them, they prophesied, and did not cease. But there remained 2 of the men in the camp. The other of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the spirit rested upon them, and they were of the same that were written, but went not out to the tabernacle, and they encamped, prophesied in camp. That's what it was. And Moses gat him into the camp, and he and his elders of Israel, the quail. So he wrote all this. And there went forth a wind from the Lord, and brought quails from the sea, and let them fall by the camp, as it were a day's journey on this side, and as it were a day's journey on the other side, round about the camp, and as it were 2 cubits high upon the face of the earth. And people stood up all day and night, and all the next day. And they gathered the quails that he that gathered least gathered 10 hobers, and they spread them all abroad for themselves round about the camp. And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, and the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people. And the Lord smote the people with a great plague. And he called the name of that place Kibroth Hattaavah, because they were buried, the people that lusted. And the people journeyed from Kibroth Hattaavah unto Hazeroth, and abode at Hazeroth. Okay. Numbers 12. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, Hath the Lord indeed spoke only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? Now the man Moses was very meek above all men that were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, Come out ye three into the tabernacle of the congregation, and lay there. And they three came out, and the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, Hear me now, my words. If there be any prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and I will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches, and in the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked up upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said to Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, where we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said to Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut up at the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received again. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. And afterward the people removed the Hazeroth from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. Numbers 13. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them from the wilderness of Paran, all these men that were heads of the children of Israel. And these were the names of the tribe of Reuben: Shammua the son of Zachar; of the tribe of 13, of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat son of Hori; of the tribe of Judah, Caleb of Jephunneh; of the tribe of Issachar, Igal the son of Joseph; of the tribe of Ephraim, Oshia the son of Nun; of the tribe of Benjamin, Talti son of Raphu; of the tribe of Zebulun, Yadiel the son of Sodi. Yeah, pretty much with this reading plan, we're just it's almost straight through. It's already almost correct date-wise, but there's still some things that aren't correct. So it's doable though. So, Numbers 13. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I gave unto the children of Israel. And every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. And Moses, by the commandment of the Lord, sent them forth from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel, and these were their names: of the tribe of Reuben, Shammua the son of Zachar; of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat the son of Hori; of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh; of the tribe of Issachar, Igal the son of Joseph; of the tribe of Ephraim, Oshia the son of Nun; of the tribe of Benjamin, Balti the son of Raph; of the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel the son of Sodi; of the tribe of Joseph, namely of the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi and sons of Susi. Okay. Okay. And what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not, of the fruit of the land, now the time. Time of the first ripe grapes, excuse me. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rehob, as men come to Hamath. And they ascended by the south and came into Hebron, where Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came into the brook of Eshcol and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster. One. That wouldn't be so bad, if you could eat those grapes and they replenish themselves. So they bare between their two staff. And they brought the pomegranate and the figs. So pomegranates and figs, we see that again. That's something important with the pomegranate because it's such an amazing superfood. The place was called the brook of Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, We came into the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. And the Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea, and by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses, and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. That's a really good attitude to have. We'll see in this situation. Very good attitude to have, because why? He's trusting in God. He's like, how many Bible verses does it say to not fear what man can do unto you, to trust in the Lord, trust in God? And so we need to do that. Trust in God. So he's like, let's go do it. Let's do it at once and possess it. But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw giants, the son of Anak, which come from the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, so we were in their sight. And Numbers 14. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron, and the whole congregation said unto them, Would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in the wilderness. Oh man, it's so important that you don't think like this. You do not think like this. It is so important to keep trusting God no matter what. And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land to fall by the sword, that we our wives and our children should be prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? And they said one to another, Let us make a captain, let us return into Egypt. Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. And Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto the company of the children of Israel, saying, The land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land, and give it us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against the Lord. Neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. I love these verses. Now, obviously, we can't apply everything in this verse to our lives, but there's some good stuff here. First off, do not rebel against God, the Lord. Neither fear the people of the land. We can kind of twist that, not twist, but interpret that as the people in today's world, right? The evil people of the land, people who only live for the flesh. So don't fear those people. The Bible says, do not fear that God has not given us the spirit of fear. So do not fear the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Yeah, amen to that. The Lord is with us. Fear them not. So just don't fear. So simple. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones, and the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before the children of Israel. And the Lord said to Moses, how long wilt this people provoke me? And how long will it ere they believe me for all the signs which I have showed among them? Yeah, that's another thing. Like they've seen so many signs and wonders that they're just like forgetting it somehow. Man, just a very unbelieving heart, these people. I will smite them with the pestilence, and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation and mightier than they. And Moses said unto the Lord, then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them. And they will tell it to the inhabitants of the land, for they have heard that thou, Lord, art among his people, and that thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in the pillar of cloud and pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all his people as one man, the nations which have heard of the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, wherefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, the Lord is longsuffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. It's a great, great verse here. So much to unpack. So we see more of God's character. The Lord is long-suffering, of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression. Like, so many great things that we should be thankful for, even if we're going through a time where we not feel like we're hearing from the Holy Spirit or something. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according unto the greatness of mercy, and thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And the Lord said, I have pardoned according to thy word, but as truly I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swore unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoked me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereunto he went, and he shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the sea of wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me, and hath heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me? Saying to them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in mine ear, so will I do. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. So this is very important. It's not just like saying, oh yeah, they're all going to die. It's 20 and up, and they would have to have murmured against God. So do not murmur against God. Do not. That's not going to end well for you, murmuring against him. We need to trust in him, depend on him, show him the proper respect and reverence, the proper fear of the Lord. So don't murmur when things don't go your way. Don't murmur. Just keep trusting in the Lord. That's probably easier than murmuring. You can make yourself mad and give yourself, higher blood pressure by thinking of all the things that make you want to murmur. But rather, we should not be thinking on those things, and rather thinking of positive things. So, not all of them are going to go, and we see that 20 years old and upward. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in the wilderness, and your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. After the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, even each day for a year, and shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise. I, the Lord, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me in this wilderness. They shall be consumed in 3 days. and they shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men which Moses sent to the woman who returned made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land. Even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land died by the plague before the Lord. But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. And Moses told these sayings unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and gat them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and we will go up to the place which the Lord hath promised, for we will have sinned. And Moses said, Wherefore now do ye transgress the commandment of the Lord? But as it shall not prosper, prosper. Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that you'll be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and that ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Lord. Wherefore, praise the Lord. And therefore, the Lord will not be with you, but presume to go up unto the hill top. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in that hill, and smote them, and discomfited them, even unto Hormah. All right, we're picking up right where it gets good, where they're going to start the cleansing. They don't actually finish, but they do get rid of a lot of different sinful natures and stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a great evening, morning, noon, wherever you're at. Remember to put God first in everything you do. Have faith in Him, trust in Him, wait upon Him, and be in the Word daily, and you'll never be sorry. So, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Take care.